Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, A-Bit Traveller. I'm your host Jay. A lot's been happening since I got back from Korea. Long story short, I finished my job and deciding to travel around Australia. Best way for me to do that, the most economical way, is in a van. I purchased this 2002 Toyota Hiace. It's got an LPG dual tank, so it's got petrol and LPG. LPG is a lot cheaper than diesel and petrol, so I thought it would be the most economical way for me to do it. I just thought I would give you a little tour of the van before I start the build, just so you can see how much space I have to utilize. I bought this off a backpacker. He had a rudimental bed set up, so he was using it on his weekends away to go surfing and camping and whatnot. Basically, he just had a bed and a water pump and some shelving. It's fine for his weekend trips, but for me, I plan to go for a bit longer, possibly a year, so I'd like to have something a bit more comfortable. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, and this is my little helper, Xena. My uncle's been kind enough to lend me the use of his shed and his tools and his backyard, and my little helper. So this is a van. As I said, it was a 2002 Toyota Hiace. I specifically chose Toyota because they're cheap to fix, and they're very reliable. Most tradies would have one of these. The LPG tank is what you see there. It is massive. I've never seen one this big in a vehicle before, but it's going to save me so much money on petrol. It does take up a lot of space though, so I'm gonna have to work around that. I did clean it out and remove all the furniture that was in there previously. It's nothing fancy. As you can see, it's not tall enough for me to stand in, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to be out most of the times anyway. It's basically just for sleeping and cooking and storing all my equipment. So my plan is to firstly treat all the rust. So there's some surface rust just here and there, so I'll get to that today. I did give it a wash yesterday. It is a bit windy. I'm hoping that doesn't blow any dust and stuff in there, but we'll see. So the previous owner also did have a dual battery system set up in here. This is, I think it's a 120 amp hour battery. There's a regulator so that it doesn't take too much charge from the car battery, and also a sine wave inverter. So I can plug my normal stuff in there. Cabin is not the prettiest. It's functional. I might clean it up a bit and give it some paint. We'll just see how we go for time. It's functional. I don't need it to be anything smick. The previous owner did put in this rear view mirror which has a camera connected to the back, so I can see when reversing, but the cable run that he's done is not a very not a very well laid one. It's not safe either, so I'm gonna redo that today as well. It does have some lights, LED lights up here. So turn that on. And it is connected to a dimmer switch, so I'll reuse that. Yeah, so that's about it. Might as well get started. So our first job will be to remove some of this rust. So I've bought some rust converter, which is phosphoric acid. It strips away the rust and makes it into usable metal. And then to put a top coat of spray paint over it. I'll just show you some of this. Before we start that, I'm actually just going to check and make sure I've bought the right color paints. Kind of looks right, but we'll just test it out with some paper. Come on, watch me. Zena, please move. Zena, come on. Yeah, pretty close. Oh, just a disclaimer, I have no building experience. I'm not a tradie, I'm just an IT nerd. I don't actually know what I'm doing, but let's just hope for the best. I'll just show you how I'm removing the rust. I've got these blades, not blades, brushes, bristles, and they're made of metal. Very solid, and they strip away the surface rust and the damaged part underneath. Once that's gone, then you apply the rust converter and then seal it with the sealant and paint. So I'll just show you what it looks like if the camera stays still. Might have worked better if I showed you on a flat surface, so let's do this one here. And there you go. I've finally finished doing the roof. It took me a couple of hours actually. I'll just show you what it looks like. So I got rid of all the rust. I should point out, if you do have rust that's eaten all the way through, you're going to need to get fiberglass filling and flatten it out just to cover the hole, but luckily for me it was all just surface rust. Now I am going to start on the rust converter. It looks like it's about to start raining. I'm going to try rust converter is phosphoric acid. It eats away at the iron oxide, which is rust, and it makes it a usable metal again. It's best to use gloves. I don't have any sealing gloves. They've got holes in them, so I'm going to use a mug and a paintbrush. It's been about half an hour. Luckily the rain has held off. It's done a pretty good job actually. Most of the rust has been removed. Still a little bit here and there, but nothing too major. I'm just going to clean it off the acid with some methylated spirits and then paint over. Actually, just before I do the metho, I just wanted to show you the back side of it because there was some streaks from the rust, but it's all actually gone now, so it is quite effective. Okay, it's dried off now. Most of the rust is gone. Tiny little flecks here and there. Nothing too ingrained. I'm gonna paint it into I ran out of paint, so I had to go get some more, but I'm just finished and I'm pretty happy. Look. Obviously still drying, but the colour matching was pretty spot on. I thought it might be a bit too dark, but it's pretty good. Now that the painting's all done, I'm just going to remove some of these panels and redo some of the electrics. It's getting pretty late, so I might call it a day after this. But some of this is pretty flimsy. I'm just going to take it off. Don't know if I'll repaint that just yet. Still got to work out some design stuff. Okay, I've finished disconnecting everything. Needs a good clean out, there's dust everywhere. But tomorrow hopefully we can get some insulation in. I want to take this roof off as well. Some of these lights and stuff that I'm not going to need. I'm going to put my own lights in. So hopefully insulation, flooring, maybe the ventilation. I haven't decided yet. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining.